This year, momentum is with us. This year, the continent is sitting up and getting serious about climate change.
You know, if you are an investor today who is only focused on the short-term risks, and you wake up in 10 years from now in a slightly different world, you would find that you've been short-sighted.
When you are the leader of the beauty industry, you kind of have a moral duty to make the planet as beautiful as it can be.
How do we mainstream this? How do we really make this happen across the board? And this is what we want to discuss with our first panel.
What we call the circular economy is taking now really speed, not worldwide, much more I should say in Europe.
We wanted to send signals that we were actually implementing the Paris Agreement and our climate plan. We aim to reach carbon neutrality by 2050.
Every investment decision we take today will have an impact on whether we will be able or not to make good on the promise to pay them a benefit. So believe me, all the pension funds of the world are really paying attention to that.
We want to promote innovation, so we do invest specifically in companies that actually have a future business model. We want to make an impact.
Investors are realizing and demanding this. Sustainability in general, the impact on climate change is a boardroom topic.
The leaders we celebrate today have integrated the protection of our climate, water and forests into their business strategy and set responsibility at the highest level.
This international context has a growing impact on investors to become more responsible. For that, they need obviously more and more data. It's exactly what CDP is doing.
These awards are not just about your companies, they are about what society needs. Society needs companies that put sustainability at the forefront of their vision.
We need to steer this investment towards sustainable goals. We need to help institutional investors direct their capital towards long-term investment.
And so that is using something like CDP could help in that regard.
Well, indeed, we are currently developing this long-term strategy in this regard.
Decarbonizing the economy and mainstreaming natural capital protection. What measures are we implementing? You plant more than you harvest.
So by doing that, we make sure that also in the future, then forests are growing more than we are consuming.
We have a very, I'd say, ambitious approach in the way we conduct our business. We are happy for this external recognition to our activity.
How are you going to be working more closely with the CDP?
I think what is relevant is that you put on the market the information for making the right choice.
And so this is the market already beginning to price in the cost of carbon. The market's not being irrational. What the market's doing is it's thinking about future regulatory costs, potential future taxes, cost of stranded assets, reputational costs, brand issues and so on that will be associated with generating CO2 in the future.
We've had a target that a minimum of 25% of our lending every year should be on climate action.
The decarbonisation of our society will probably be the greatest creation of new jobs that we've seen in our lifetimes. Companies are standing in their power now as agents of fundamental change. And I think the degree to which you can partner with and embolden government to deliver not no regulation, not no taxation, but the right regulation and the right taxation will be the difference between us doing this and us not doing it.
I was quite impressed by the level of participation, the number of companies attending and the level of presenters overall.
The panels were very interesting.
I'm glad to hear the conversation about biodiversity and natural capital coming into a discussion about energy and more conventional climate change kind of thinking.
Our only company to take that leadership even further, scoring A across all three areas of climate, water and forest, L'Oréal
CEO, Chairman, Monsieur Egon.
I really want to thank the CDP on behalf of all employees, all teams at L'Oréal.